LeBron was at the game. He was at the game courtside.
Yeah, that sucks for
He was at
LeBron.
the game courtside, and it felt like every time they cut to him, he was locked on his phone because I knew he had to keep checking Bronny's combine updates.
Yeah, his height.
He was sitting there. All right,
You know how tall Bronny is?
and we'll get to that. That's a whole other segment. But I know he was, like, this game's cool. Like he was watching, but
No, he's texting Rich Paul. He's like, all right, well, now we have to fucking draft a 6'1" shooting
see,
guard.
you're okay. Let's talk about it then, because you're hating because I mean,
Yeah, I'm
he had a
hating.
40.5 inch vert,
Which is dope.
which is dope. Like, I mean, you're hating. It's cool.
No, he can hammer.
You're hating. And then he had a great shooting drill. Hit 12 threes. He didn't miss a shot in his in one of the fucking shooting drills they do in the combine. Look,
Sure.
I'll put it to you like this. I feel like I might be the only person on earth right now that like wouldn't mind seeing him, like, I don't know, have like somewhat of a successful career in the NBA.
No, I think that would be cool.
Like, he doesn't have to be 10% of what his dad did or was able to do, and he can
Yeah.
still be considered a successful NBA player.
Yeah.
I mean, when you really think about what 5% of what LeBron's
Of
career
what
would be,
LeBron is. Yeah.
still, I mean, I'm really not gonna go back and do 5% of what he's done over the last 20 years, but take 5% of that, and it's still
Yeah.
me and you would kill for to have, that just on our
That's at least a finals appearance.
on our life stat sheet. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you're at least making the finals.
Yeah.
But with that being said, I really just like what do you? Why are you like you personally? Like, I don't know, because I can't tell if it's like a shtick or if you're like actually just being a dick and you're like you want him to not be successful.
No, I didn't say I don't want him to be successful, but I mean, part of it's a shtick, but I think part of it is how laughable this situation is. Like,
Is it laughable?
yeah,
Here's my thing though. Okay, what makes it laughable?
the fact that he played, I mean, yes, he got cleared medically. He played 12 games, maybe, where he was coming off the bench. The only reason is because if it wasn't LeBron James' son, no one would think of anyone like this as a potential star. So my problem is where do they fall on how good they think he is and how good and just what he does for an organization. So I don't know how good they think he actually is, and then the actual reason they're getting him. I just don't see why they would.
So when do we accept
From a basketball standpoint.
that it's obvious he's going to get more attention being LeBron James Jr.?
No, agreed. But with that attention, having the already career he's had, there's no reason for anybody to say, "Hey, this guy should be in the league."
Okay, so there are
Because
legit.
we don't look at guys like this who are from Iowa or from fucking Florida,
Okay.
and we say, "Hey, they're gonna get drafted."
There are
A guy who's coming off the bench on a
there
college team.
there are legit NFL writers, reporters that have
I thought you
Shador
meant script writers, bro.
number one
No, I know.
next season in the draft.
Yeah.
And we all know there's been way too much gas blown up in that fucking balloon. There's been way too much gas added to that fire. Dion has been hyping him up through. I mean, he's just fucking coach. He's just coach.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, what are we talking about here?
Yeah. Ooh. Ooh. Derrick Jones Jr.
I really feel like okay, Shador and Dion have went out of their way to like make people root against them.
On purpose, I think.
They went out of their way to be disliked. Which, let's be real, it's like they can talk all the shit they want. Oh, I like being the bad guy. It's like, bro, it's such a
y'all are just fucking goofy.
It's such a waste of time and waste of energy to like be hated. It really is. Like to
Well,
go out of your
they think
way.
it's. I mean, for them, it's helped their career.
For now, though, we're talking in a very short
No. Yeah, no.
time frame.
This for
Dion,
short term, it's the
Dion,
reason that they're. It's the
but
reason Shador is even brought up
and what
in
do
the
you
world.
mean help? Because they're going to be. I mean, Shador doesn't have to take another snap, and he's going to be rich for the rest of his life.
Yeah, because they've played the bad guy.
Well, no. Because his dad is Deion Sanders. It's the
Well,
same
also his
reason why the
dad
other
is
Sanders don't have to worry. They've been chilling. It's like, oh yeah,
no,
I'll just
no.
take pictures.
Of course, their dad being Deion Sanders will allow them to do all this
And
for
that's
the
the
rest of their
same thing
lives.
for Bronny.
But at the same time, like the way that they've gone about it, now Shador is going to be rich beyond his wildest dreams. For now,
But why does
he
Bronny
just
have to
went
get?
and
Why
he
does
just
Bronny
released
have to get
a
this hate?
rap song.
Why does
Huh?
Bronny? Why does Bronny have to get this hate? Bronny's getting this weird ass hate for just deciding.
No,
Like,
I
okay,
don't think it's hate. I think it's
it
the fact
is,
that
bro. It's hate. He's getting the opportunity. It's the same thing. Because it's the
I
same
know, but
thing.
who else with his stat line is getting that opportunity? So
It does.
why is he get? I understand why he's getting the opportunity, but I don't understand why he like from a basketball perspective. Who thinks that he'll be good at basketball?
So
Because
if
I don't
this
know.
was somebody that LeBron was just really close with, and it wasn't his son, and teams went out of their way to draft him, no matter how good or bad they were in college, just so they knew they were going to get LeBron 2 next season, it wouldn't matter. But because it's his son, it matters.
No, it would be weird if it was somebody else. It would be
No,
weird if
no,
it's
no,
anybody.
no, no, no. Because look at Mr. Travis fucking Hunter. He's sitting here letting Dion pull all the strings, saying he's going here, he's doing this, he's doing this.
But
It's the
Travis
same,
Hunter is actually a prospect. He's a two-way player who's good at football.
and that's fine. But to sit here we're I'm looking at it like this. LeBron wants to play with his kid and has a chance to. Bronny has a chance to play with his dad.
Yeah.
People are sitting here just hoping they just don't succeed, period. He doesn't have a good career, period. He doesn't, like, he just fails. People want
No.
him to fall flat on his face, flat on their
is
face like Lonzo Ball.
sure. Well, Lonzo did all right, but
Oh yeah,
nothing.
he's done all right. 2.5
Nothing.
years, 2.5 years milking every dollar on his fucking couch.
Not been on the court.
Get out of here.
But
it rubs me. It bugs me. I don't like it.
well, I mean, it doesn't.
What did
yeah,
Bronny
I
do?
don't know.
What does Bronny do or say to get any of the hate?
Well,
is it really
okay,
his fault?
okay,
Is it really his fault that NFL team or NBA teams know, like, oh, if we draft you,
all right,
we're gonna get your dad?
It comes with the
That's
territory.
what the fuck it is.
All right, but it comes with the territory of being LeBron James' son.
No,
So you get the good and you get the bad, but you also get the
pressure
is going to come.
That's fine. But just going, oh, you're only getting this opportunity because of who your dad is.
I know, but who's to say he's not only getting that opportunity because of who his dad is? Because who the fuck else are we looking at with the same stat line and going, wow, this guy would be great?
Bro, if your last name is Manning, you're getting a chance. If your last name is Brady, you're getting a chance. If your last name is Woods, you're getting a chance. If your last name is Phelps, you're getting a chance. If your last name is Williams, you're getting a chance. If your last name is James, you're getting a chance. We got to stop.
Dennis Rodman's son plays for USC. He's not getting a chance.
Dennis Rodman isn't in the NBA and still making an impact 20 years later. And
I know, but the only person who's ever done this is Ken Griffey Jr. and fucking LeBron James.
Okay,
but Ken Griffey,
why is that?
It wasn't the same.
Let it happen. And what
happens? I'm gonna let it happen. But to me, it's
to already go like, well, this doesn't matter because he's only getting this opportunity because that's his dad. It's like, we know this. This is obvious. When he was born and he picked up a basketball and he was named LeBron James Jr., we knew this was gonna fucking happen.
No, I understand. So if he's getting this opportunity, why are we sugarcoating it and saying, hey, he's good at basketball? We can say maybe he'll be good at basketball.
Did I say he was going to be Steph?
But we know exactly, like you said, we know exactly the reason. So the hate he gets, I feel, is valid in the sense from basketball.
But being
like he's not a top prospect. He's LeBron James' son. That's it.
Being LeBron James Jr., you can have the pressure of being as good as your dad, but already getting written off because you don't think he got a fair, like you don't think he had to go through he had to jump through the same hoops that other guys had to get where they are. I think that's wrong. If you give years down the line, he shits the bed. He's Michael Jordan's son. He's all these other sons that don't pan out. Okay, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about how he was gassed up the same way a lot of other people were gassed up, but it's
See,
very
but
different. This is a very, very different
my thing is, I
scenario.
don't think he's gassed up.
Who?
Bronny.
I mean, I mean gassed up in the
The only
terms
way
of
that people talk about Bronny is that, hey, LeBron James is staying or coming with him.
when I say
No
gassed
one
up.
looks at Bronny and goes, hey, he's going to be a top player.
When I say gassed up, I mean in terms of teams are going to like go after him, or teams are going to draft him. Teams are going to want him.
I know, but like if we're going to talk about him as a key to keep LeBron or to get LeBron, then we should talk about him as a key and not a great basketball player because he hasn't shown anything yet. So I don't know how good he'll be. I know
Okay.
what he can bring.
Well, do you?
LeBron James.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say because you don't really know what
I
he
don't know
can
what
bring
the
to
fuck he can do
court.
on the court. No one's ever seen him play, really.
On the same hand, on the same exact hand, we've seen guys come into the league with the most hype, with the most proof of being the next guy, and they
Agreed.
have shit the bed.
Agreed.
So,
And we've seen the opposite, but in basketball there's less of that like opportunity of like, hey, he's a deep draft pick and he didn't pan out. Or I mean, he's a deep draft pick and he did pan out. Like we don't see that much.
bro, it is not LeBron James' fault that Kevin Durant, fucking Russell Westbrook, fucking all these other guys didn't have kids younger that they could play with in the fucking NBA. It's not LeBron James' fault that he's still
No.
this late in his career making an impact to where teams are like, "Oh shit, we can get you if we just draft your son." Okay, sure. It's we have to accept that Bronny's going to get this chance and get a lot more opportunities because of who he is. But
Yeah.
it's what he makes out of it. If he makes the best out of it, and he's a better fucking role player for his dad than D'Angelo fucking Russell is,
Yeah.
what are we gonna? Oh, well, he's
No,
not.
no.
He's not LeBron James. But that's what's gonna happen. That's what's gonna happen. He's gonna be. He could be. Let's say a
All right.
hypothetical world.
I think most of the world is pretty sure at this point that he won't be LeBron James. He's 6'1.5".
But okay, you. I'm not saying you, but I'm saying you. You say that. You say that you think most people think that. I think you and I think that. But in 2 or 3 years from the 2 or 3 years down the line, let's say he's a pretty good role player.
Yeah.
People are gonna flip. They're gonna flip
No,
and go, "Oh,
no,
but he's
1,000%.
not. But he's not. He's not gonna have 40,000 points. He's not gonna. It's like it's gonna be bullshit.
Yeah,
It's
I
gonna be
know.
bullshit." And I'm just calling it now. And if he doesn't pan out, okay, so what?
Yeah.
There's a lot of guys that don't pan out, but I don't know, to write him off already. I don't like it. He had a pretty good combine. Who's to say he doesn't
Sure.
show? Who's to say you don't come in the league and just?
I mean, he 1,000% could. But I honestly think it's disrespectful to him that the whole league and the whole sports world talks about him as a pawn rather than giving him an extra year in the league. I mean, in college, and letting him actually prove what he can do.
I will
Instead,
say
now he's just a pawn.
I agree with that. Like I think I'll say the most. I would say this. I bet you there's more pressure, whether it's from people or just he's putting on himself to make it to the NBA before his dad leaves, than to get as prepared as possible for
Yeah.
himself to play in the
I mean,
NBA.
we could be wrong. He could be prepared. We have no idea. But, I mean,
Could be.
just from what we've already seen, there's nothing shocking, nothing NBA level impressive. But I mean, yeah, but the whole world talks about him like he's a pawn, and to me, I think that sucks for him. But he'll be in the NBA and he'll do whatever the hell he wants to do. So
But I just think, look, he's not out here talking a bunch of shit, saying
no,
I'm the fucking best in the world. No one can touch me. I can do this. I can do that. I I I like him.
yeah, no,
I want. I mean, I don't.
I respect that he's actually aware of kind of who he is and what he's doing for the most part, from what I've heard.